Alright, welcome to my new Let's Play. Jeremy here. Game made by Ubisoft, or Ubisoft. Not really sure how to pronounce it anymore. I've been pronouncing it Ubisoft all my life. Not really familiar with their reputation with games either. I don't usually play games by them. I had a failed recording session. Kept getting a lot of white noise, but that's gone now. Gonna go ahead and start a new game. Yeah, I played this game a lot as a kid. It's really fun. I felt like showing it off. Having a hard time picking up a game that I wanted to play, but this one's really fun. I'll get the... There we go. Okay, kind of thrust into that cutscene, by the way. Missed a joke there. Well, screw that. Let's get into this. Standard B/A jump. Played on a Game Boy. Actually, right now I'm playing on an emulator with a PS3 controller. But you know, I'm feeling the same experience somewhat. So perhaps to encourage the similar experience for any viewer, I suggest not maximizing this, because although this game does have pretty smooth graphics, it is limited to the Game Boy's graphics. I'm no longer in control of my character, and I won't be till I leave this room. But here we get into the gimmick of the game. Time control. Well known in the Prince of Persia franchise, I'd say. Those fatal rocks. Didn't want to give him a boo-boo on the head, so we just gotta rewind the time. These scrolls are just helpful hints, telling you obvious things, or sometimes less obvious, but stabbing dead people is how we get our sand back. Okay, so we now wield the Dagger of Time, as well as this fancy scimitar that seems to be on fire every time we swing it. What was I saying before? Well, I guess you can go ahead and pick your most offensive Indian accent and dub those cutscenes if you want, but I'm not going to be talking over them. The story's not really that interesting as far as I remember for this game. It certainly wasn't what kept me playing it. Block pushing puzzles. This is definitely the easiest one we'll be seeing in this game. Gotta use some maneuvering and platforming. It's like a platform action puzzle game. It's got a lot, and those are three good things. I think a game has them. You can have some fun with it. So yeah, see, the animation and everything looks pretty smooth. But you have to keep in mind it is Game Boy graphics, so if you're a graphics whore, you might not enjoy this. But I feel like the game has plenty of stuff to make up, and the graphics aren't terrible. It's pretty good for Game Boy standards. So this is the save room. It'll be a relief to see these. They'll become far and few between as the game progresses. So the layouts of this game are pretty similar. It's kind of like reskin dungeons. Every time we kill an enemy, we can go ahead and utilize their sands, the blue sands. So, didn't want to get hit there, we can just rewind that and do a fancy duck. So if you didn't notice, I'm gonna stab him in the hair, but he had a glowing red light on his midriff, I guess, that shows his weak point, but pretty much his whole body is his weak point since he's a weaker character, weaker enemy. But we'll have to utilize those weak points as the game progresses. So another scroll, another quick tip. I think as a kid these things frustrated the hell out of me, and I certainly took a lot of damage from them. I might later on in this Let's Play, but I don't think I realized you could actually destroy them for a while. Oh. Yeah. These pillars, we'll be seeing a lot of these. It kind of slows down the game, but I really don't mind, and I think it's a pretty cool idea. Kind of reminds me of like Crash Bandicoot type gameplay. Everything else, like numbers popping out of enemies when you just right there, reminds me a lot of Castlevania. And go ahead and take a look at the map for this game. It's not that detailed, but brings back some memories for me at least. Here's just all the hints we collect. Here's enemies. I think you can do something. See, we got a tally on the first enemy we destroyed, that archer. I believe sleep just lets you exit without saving. We picked up a life potion. I think we'll have to utilize those, in a pinch. But hopefully I'm good enough at this game where I'm not desperate. Am I gonna 100% this game? I'm not really sure. Here, we're gonna go ahead and reflect these back at this guy. Looks like a sultan himself, stone sultan. I don't believe I'm going to 100% it. I may. I'm not sure. I might have even done that as a kid though, because there's a lot to this game, like as far as collectibles and oops, fancy backflip there. As far as collectibles and power-ups, we'll be gaining new of these time powers as the game progresses. We'll have a lot to do. It'll keep us busy. Of course, us meaning just me. So, okay, I think we gotta jump, properly time a jump, and not, ram our, I was ramming my junk into his mouth, but it didn't really help me at all. So, I'll collect as much as I can. I'll have as much fun as I can, but if I ever have to, do something considered grinding-esque, I'm just gonna do that off-screen. Or if I have too many failed attempts at something, I'll go ahead and off-screen it. So what is this? I don't remember. I couldn't really collect it. I'm not doing too good on health. I've been kind of playing carelessly though. But I don't think I need to worry about my health all that much. Oh, I think... Yeah, you gotta use your time powers on it. So let's go ahead and take a look at what that is. I feel like I've already jumped into this game pretty well. Metal copper. Oh yeah, these things, I think they give you powers when you complete them, or skills or something like that. I'm not sure, but I remember I had fun collecting these things. You collect them in parts. It almost looks like these are spots to fill in Pokemon badges, but we won't be doing any kind of Pokemon nonsense in this Let's Play. Just gonna do some fancy backflips to evade those saws. It's perfectly normal to install giant rotating saws in temples. I mean, have you ever played a video game? Gonna take care of these pesky bats, doing the whole temple a favor. So they did fill the temple with bottomless pits, but they make sure to keep the flora upkept. So we're gonna go ahead and end it off here. I don't think I missed anything. I'll go ahead and explore around, but I'll see you in the next part.